yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. No take for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Rip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make great.
All right, guys, let's get this party started. If you want a reading, be sure and visit my stand store. It is linked in the description below. And as always, we have a fair use, a disclaimer. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video if you like it. Let's get it going. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Astrology for Mystics with Jenn. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to be talking about little Jack and Lily. It's been almost a year and they still haven't been found. Where are they? I've been deep diving. I woke up this morning and I had an email that said, please, Jenn, look at Jack and Lily again. And so, of course, I did. And, got in the rabbit hole trying to refresh my memory of, everything that took place because it has been almost a year. It'll be a year in May. So I thought maybe we would talk about that a little bit today and look at their map, look at the astrology again because there's something about 3 o'clock in the morning, the night before they go missing. I don't know. I'm not sure if the kids were sold or if they were, what's going on because there was one, well, there was two people, a mother and a son that said that they saw a little boy and little girl walking on the side of the road holding hands. So that's got me kind of, hmm, scratching my head. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you spending your Sunday afternoon with us as we, discuss Lily and Jack and just keep their name and faces out there because you never know. Somebody might see them and go, "Oh, I've seen them," and report them. So, hey, Jeff, good to see you. Hey, Jill, Great Designs, April, Marianne, thank you guys for being here today. Thank you so much. Y'all be sure and hit that thumbs up if you haven't yet, but I'm sure you have because y'all are just awesome. And, you're amazing too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good to see you, girl. Hope you can hang out for a little bit as we look at the map, the astrology. Hope you're doing well today, Jill. Hope you're doing well, honey. So I want to just add to this stage there's this new video. This is the news outlet in Canada, and they are going to be talking about there's two friends of Malaya here. And I don't know if you guys have seen it. I mean, I've heard that, they've done new polygraph tests. Allegedly, they've passed it, but you know how that goes with polygraphs. I mean, I just, so what? So what if anybody's passed one? It's really not neither here nor there for me. Because it's not admissible in court. I don't know if it's admissible in court in Canada or not. Maybe it is. Either way, it's not like, they can easily, I mean, Ted Bundy passed it. Come on. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Marianne. Thank you so much. So you guys let me know. Let me know where you are at, your city, your state, your country, what have you. Let me know where you're coming in from. That way I get an idea of any locals that would be here from Nova Scotia or Canada. Even if you're watching this after the live, let me know in the comment section where you're watching from. I would really appreciate that. Okay. So let's get this party going. I want to talk about, I'm going to stop it here and there and we'll just discuss. We'll talk about what's going on here, what they're saying. Okay. See if it makes any sense to us. Here we go.
How is she doing?
She's just trying to take it day by day.
So, Angeline, you've been friends with Malaya since childhood.
Yep.
And Cheryl, you're a friend, but also very close family as
Yeah.
well. Can you walk me through May 2nd when you learned they were missing?
I learned on a Facebook post. Me, my sister, and my friend were fishing, and I just happened to scroll Facebook. And I saw the post from the RCMP that Lily and Jack were missing, and we decided we would go over and help look for them. Before we got there, we thought that they would have been found. These situations are usually resolved quickly.
How would you describe the scene that day?
Chaotic. It was very chaotic. It was busy. A lot of people, neighbors, friends, all kinds of different search and rescue. It was very stressful.
And that was your first time there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you walk me through when you learned about their disappearance? Where were you?
I was at work when I learned about it. The notification popped up on my phone. I don't think I looked at it right away because I didn't look too deep into it. But then my coworker at lunchtime, she brought it up and she started reading like the whole thing out loud. And when she said the two names, I was like, hold on, like, wait a minute.
So these are two long life friends of Malaya's.
That day.
And there was a lot of ups and downs. I think herself, she thought that the kids were going to be found and that it was going to be resolved fairly quickly. And I don't think it really set in until later that night that, something wasn't right.
And so the blanket that was found, were you there when that was found?
I wasn't there when the blanket was found, but I was taken to where the blanket was found, and it was still in the tree at that point when we had walked up.
Can you walk me through that? What was the blanket? What was the deal there?
It was just a piece of Lily's blanket. I guess it was used to cover a hole that was in like the window or door where cold air was coming in. And the piece that was in the blanket was hung over the back railing, and the other piece was thrown out after they were done using it, I think late spring. And then it was found in the tree a couple kilometers up the road.
What did you think about that?
I found it odd, very odd, that it would go from the house to the tree.
I'll ask about
Very odd. I mean, that's very odd that it would go from the house to the tree. How did it get there? I mean, the kids didn't climb the tree and put it in there. How did it get there? One piece of Lily's blanket was in the trash at the road, and then the other piece is somehow made it up the road in a tree. Make it make sense, because it don't. It just don't make sense at all. Nada.
the boot print. So Angeline, you've been fixated on this case and know the details. What do you make of the boot print that matches Lily's foot size and boot print?
It was a clump of them. It wasn't like a trail leading up to like a set of footprints walking up anywheres. It was a clump.
Oh, so it was multiple footprints, not just one? Oh, okay. What's your impression of that, Cheryl?
Kind of the same as Angeline. When you find a cluster of footprints just in the middle of the road, you're kind of looking around wondering where the other footprints leading up to this cluster is. And there wasn't any.
And so these things, the blanket, the boot print, seem odd to you both.
Yeah.
So in terms of the RCMP investigation, Angeline, we'll start with you. What's your take on where that stands?
It's been slow. I don't know why it's been slow. Like, I don't know if it's because of the lack of evidence they might have.
I would say it's the lack of evidence. I would definitely say it's the lack of evidence. Let's move on. Here we go.
Able.
How would you describe the mood that day?
It was different. It was kind of odd, I guess. For the situation, I didn't really know what to expect. It was different.
How was it odd?
A lot of controversy, a lot of family issues, a lot of family dynamics. Like I said, it was my first time over there. Never met anybody over there. Just didn't feel very well.
Here's my question with this. If they have been friends for so long with Malaya, why is this her first time being there? She's already had a kid, another baby. She's been with Daniel. She's had another baby. Why is this her first time being there? I don't understand. If I've got long life friends, I mean, I get it. You get busy and you don't, you're just talking on the phone, but I don't know. I find that a little strange myself that this is the first time that you're going to go and see your friend and her kids are now missing. It just seems a little odd to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Welcoming.
Do you want to speak to why you hadn't been over there?
Kind of lost touch with Malaya after she had moved over there. And I feel bad about not keeping in touch with her, but I didn't know how else to get a hold of her.
What were you surprised about when you...
So that explains it. So after she got with Daniel, she lost touch. Didn't really know how to get in touch with her. So I wonder how she got in touch with her at this point in time. Maybe she'll answer that. And I'm not accusing this friend or anything. I'm just making, I'm just looking at this from a friend point of view and thinking, dang, so now, you know, where did you just not like Daniel? I wish that we could, hopefully they'll get more into why they weren't talking, why they were estranged.
Got there.
The conditions that the kids were living in, things that we had learned through looking for the kids.
A lot of the speculation has been, why did Malaya and her family leave and not come back?
Mm-hmm.
Anything you'd like to say about why that decision was made?
She had left because we weren't leaving her there.
What concerned you the most?
Just the condition of the house. I mean, I know that not everybody has a fancy house, not everybody is rich, but there's things that you can do to improve your living conditions. Yeah, because she never grew up that way. Her mom always had a nice clean house, and her grandmother always had a nice clean house too, and that's how she was. That's what she was.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm very familiar with her too. Like, I'd be going over and she'd be like in the middle of like cleaning or doing some type of like chore for the day.
And so how are you supporting her now through this?
She has been here pretty much every day since the kids went missing. Yeah. We just try to help her and guide her in the right direction and give her the hope that the kids will be found.
Yeah, the support that she needs to like navigate it, either like emotionally or just us being there, like talking about what she could do and like how it might be like a benefit.
Yeah.
How is she doing?
Not great. I've noticed a significant decrease in her weight since the kids have gone missing. She's just trying to take it day by day.
Let's look at the November search
Back in
here.
November. What were your impressions going back to the scene then?
I almost felt sick. We were hoping that we would be able to find them to have some type of closure to the case. But being out there gave us a little more insight of the area where it wasn't as busy that day as it was on May 2nd. So we were able to really look around and get a feel for, what the woods was really like.
And so leaving there, what did you feel?
We felt a lot of disappointment, but also a lot of relief. We didn't find them, so it gave us hope that they're still okay.
Did you leave there with the impression they weren't in the woods?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you go through the woods with the lens of two little children navigating that and whether that would be possible?
We did, like the cliffs and the hills and the water and the amount of times that we had fallen. A number of us fell.
I agree. It's like, okay, so they were there in November, they were searching. They leave the search and they're under the impression that they're for some reason they're not even thinking that the kids are anywhere around there. And it makes you wonder why. So maybe they'll talk about it. I thought the same thing, and it's a little weird. It's just a little weird, but let's listen. Listen a little bit
a
more.
few injuries through different teams. Yeah, it's hard to think that they could have navigated any further than a kilometer, really.
And so now that we're more than 8 months into this case, how is everyone doing with this?
It seems like it gets worse every day.
Frustration comes to mind. especially when you sit there and you kind of feel like your hands are tied, and how much that you can do. Like, how many times can you go out in search of woods? You feel limited on the types of things that you can do.
What keeps you up at night?
I feel like it's just trying to piece together like what happened, because if maybe you could figure that out, then like you would know where they might be. But it's just the not knowing.
We don't really have any direction, so we're not sure which way to go.
It's 3 p.m. here. Good morning. Good morning. 6 a.m. here in Australia.
There's a lot of components to this case, and you worry about if you're missing something, or if you know something that's, little that could matter.
What's not adding up for you?
The whole case.
Anything in particular?
The different stories we've heard over the last several months. If you don't know what happened, then there shouldn't be any stories. It should be, I don't know. And
I agree, Marianne. That is so true. I mean, you can go over someplace 3 or 4 times and you're missing it. You're missing important details. And somebody goes back over your steps and they find what you're looking for, you know?
yeah, that's very frustrating when you have
Hey, Patriot girl, you think that there's a huge cover up? More is coming out. You think so? You think so? Friends and family of Malaya or Daniel?
so many different people telling so many different stories. It makes it hard to figure out what really happened.
Let's dive into that. So stories are being shared, lots of speculation online, particularly YouTube shows.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. What's that been like?
The internet can be a great thing, but it also can be a really terrible thing. We have met some really great people through this whole tragedy, and we've also met some really mean, nasty people. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of theories, a lot of blame. Yeah, it's been really hard.
It's definitely toxic is the word to use, and frustrating. It can take away from the main point of the case. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I guess you don't know what little thing might come up on there that could actually benefit it.
How has it affected your life?
Probably in the fact that it's can be time consuming.
I've had people post my address online. I've had people sit across the road, take pictures of my house.
Well,
I
I mean,
guess if you know,
that's a part of it. Unfortunately, that's a part of it. And you got children that are missing. So, people want answers. They want answers. They want to know what they don't know. So,
Malaya, you would know that that isn't out of the ordinary for her. That's just who she is. She was always quiet. She was never a confrontational person. She's like very shy. She only likes to talk to certain people. She doesn't like to broadcast herself.
yeah, well, something just don't set right with me. Okay, look. When you are a mother of missing children, little kids, you better be their number one advocate, because if not, the public, like myself, is going to chew you up. We're going to chew you up, honey. Because any mother, I don't care how shy, how you this, how you that, I don't give a shit about any of that. You lose it completely when you don't know where your babies are at. You got one little baby, you got 2 other babies. You got come on. Come on, guys. I mean, something is not right here. And there is something that is happening at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it has to do with Daniel. It has to do with Daniel and Jack. There is something going on with Daniel and Jack at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can show you that. I'm going to show you guys that with the astrology. It's not going to, I'm going to show you. Y'all that have been following me, you know that I'm good at what I do. There is something going on at 3 o'clock in the morning. And it seems to be this ritual with Daniel in the middle of the night. Like he doesn't sleep, like he's up all night. And what's he doing? What is he doing? Who's he talking to? What's going on? And I'm going to show you guys that. I'm going to show you guys that with the astrology. I'm going to show you with their map because I'm just not, I don't know, guys. I've been with that, I've been not on this case for quite some time. So I'm going to need some refreshers. I may need, people to help me out with addresses, but you can't give me an address that is a personal address. You're going to have to you're going to have to send it to me. Okay. You're going to have to send it to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my entire screen, and because I want to tell you, I want to show you what I'm talking about with Jack and Lily and Daniel. So they go missing on the 2nd, right? They go missing on the 2nd. Where is it at? They go missing. They're called in 10 o'clock in the morning, missing. Okay. And I know that this is a busy chart, and I can break it down for you and only show minimal glyphs and read those, but we're going to miss things when we do it like that. Okay. We're going to miss it. What I first noticed is that there's a wake-up call with an investigation with groups, and this 2128 is going to the United States. Okay. First and foremost, that's first thing that I notice when I see this chart. First and foremost, that's the United States, and it's their values. Okay. So, and it's with a group. Something's not right here. I also see that this health factor with pleasure, with money, with woods, okay? But then here's everything that's in the past. So by the time she calls in, the kid's missing, this is everything that's already in the past. So I want to see what took place before she called. Because all of that, Jupiter is the law, and this is the 2 kids. This is the communications with Jupiter. So we're in the past here. Let's go. Let me show you this, because this is where it's going to start really maybe making sense to some of you guys. Let me pull up Daniel. Actually, I'm going to pull up Jack first so you can see what I'm talking about, what I'm doing here, okay? Because this is, let's see, let me go to, yeah, let's look at, so I've got 3:10 a.m. May 2nd. So this is May 2nd, 3:10 a.m. And I want to show you this. This is wild. This is absolutely wild to me. Hello, everybody coming in. Please hit that thumbs up. Yeah, you don't sleep when you're tweaking. Yeah. Just saw this live. Okay. So I popped it on. Well, I'm glad that you did, Patriot. Maybe he got up and wouldn't go back to bed. You don't sleep when you're tweaking. Yep. Hello from Nova Scotia. Hey, Liz. Good to see you, honey. Good to see you. I love to see the locals coming in. Hey, Tammy. Good to see you too. Okay, so this is don't guys, don't get confused by looking at all of this. I'm going to break it down for you. So just hang out for a minute, okay? Just hang out for a minute. We're going to walk through the evening, during the day on Thursday when they are at the Dollarama. So when they are at this dollar store, I can see that with Lily. And then I went to look, and she's very upset when they are at the Dollarama before they go. So maybe I think it was like 1:45 in the afternoon, and she's not happy. There's things going on with her health. She's not happy. Could be with her head, could be that she's got a sinus infection, but she's definitely not happy, and she could be throwing a fit before they even go. So, I know that they were there around 2:15 or something like that, but then they allegedly come home. Whatever is going on at 3 o'clock in the morning is going on with Jack. There's something that is happening with Jack, and let me show you why I know this without knowing his birth time. I know this. It's because he has a magnetism that's a 21-25, okay? This is relationships. This is justice. Libra, okay? This is his magnetism in Libra. It's a 21-25. Well, if we look over here with the current transits, we can see that there's a wake-up call with a 21-25 with Palace, and it's with groups. It's with a group. It's with some online networking, okay? And there's a magnetism. It's almost like there's a contract. There is a contract. So this morning, when I'm going back and forth, I keep thinking, and it would appear that there is a contract. There is some dotted line that was signed. There's a contract. Maybe not per se a dotted line. I'm just, there's a contract with these kids. Let me show you something else. This is right now. This is the transits right now. Let me show you something. I'm going to bring up Jack too, because this is where Jack is really coming in strong with me, and he has since they went missing. It's not like I'm a medium and he's deceased, and I'm not talking about like he's coming in strong. It's just my connection with Jack is very strong. That's all I'm saying. Not saying that they're deceased or anything like that. So check this out. So Jack, no matter what time he is born, he has a wisdom. Okay, this wisdom with Poseidon is a 1356. And today, until April 4th, there is a weight of home, a weight of family, a weight. This is the maternal line. This is the mother. This is the home. This is the maternal line. Okay. It's a weight on Jack, not on Lily, not on Malaya. It's on Jack. And it has to do with a home, something having to do with a home, something having to do with the maternal. Okay. And Jack's mother is Malaya. So this is maternal here. I don't have anyone's birthday but Jack and Lily, Malaya and Daniel. Those are the only birthdays I have. So if you would ever want me to look up somebody else that is related to them or a friend of theirs or something like that, you would need to know their birthday and give it to me because I have no idea. That those are the only ones that I know, okay? So this connection with Jack is going to be weighted down with this wisdom of the investigation of things that are hidden. This could have to do with other people's money. The Scorpio energy could have to do with other people's money. It could also have to do with a pond, murky water, trash, landfill, okay? Other people's money, hidden sex even, like a type of trafficking or something. Hey, Cam. She says, "Hey, everybody. After my reading with Jen yesterday, I can say that Jen knows what she's seeing." Yes. Thank you, Cam. You're welcome, Women's Warrior. When I woke up to that, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to look at it. And we'll get to the map in just a second, but I want to talk this out with you guys because some of it is foreign to you. I get it. But all you got to do is just listen to what I'm saying because there's a weight. What is a weight? It's a heaviness. And when Jack, at 3 o'clock in the morning, there is an investigation with his health. Okay. There's an investigation with his health. There is some type of contract here. Let me go back. me go back. Where was it? Hold on. Let me pull that one back up because there's something happening. There's something happening. And when with Canada and Jack, let me show you this. This is a connection that Jack and Canada have. And so we need to talk about this as well before we go any further. So right now, you know that Jack is going to have a weight and it's been going back and forth over him. This 1356 that's in transit today with Hades, it's been going back and forth over this degree. It actually stationed heavily over this degree. So there is going to be a lot. There is probably a lot, like Patriot said, that there is so much that is going to be coming out. And I'm hopeful that that's the case. I really am. I'm so hopeful. So this 334 that Jack has in his chart, it's a degree in which he is connecting to Canada. And who is it that he's connecting to in Canada? Well, it's either a government official, a politician, or someone that has been in the jail, okay, in the prison system. You can say, well, his dad. His dad was. Okay, but it would be a relationship of his dad's. There is this connection with someone that is either in the prison, the hospital system of Canada, or in the government themselves. There's a relationship here that he is connected to. Would that be CPS? It could be CPS. It could. It could. But there is a relationship here with him, and he has a lot of enlightenment with this relationship. He has not only a lot of enlightenment, but this is a physician. Apollo is literally a physician in your chart. I don't know when Jack was born, so I can't say which house it is to really determine the physician itself. And I would say that it's possible that Jack was actually born maybe a few hours earlier, like early in the morning, and he could even be connected to a teacher, like a mom and a dad. I mean, not a mom and a dad, like siblings, like two people. Whoever knows, there's definitely two people that are involved. There's definitely two people. And I don't know if it's cousins, if it's siblings. I'm trying to get back into the name of the game here and trying to figure that out. Malaya is going through a Saturn return. It's big. That's big. It's with authority. It's with her father. Is her father deceased? Like, I don't remember hearing about her dad. Do y'all remember? Let me look at the chat and see if you guys remember about. There's talk of S allegedly. Hmm. With Daniel? Maybe mother is a nurse, jumping in and out so I can hit that like button, tell everyone, hey, Reno, good to see you, honey. Dad is a native and he's alive. Okay. Okay. So this is, let me think for just a second. Let me think. Cam, are you still in here, Cam? I'll have to tell you about this. Now looking at Canada's chart again, I'll have to tell you about some of the stuff that I was seeing this morning. But I'm gonna wait on that. When I looked at Canada's chart, it's a trip. Okay, so this 2125 that he has, that Jack has, is a connection that is happening in the middle of the night. And then we have this physician who is bringing a lot of enlightenment with Jack to someone in the government. We've been here before in the 12th house. This is in the past with Canada, and there is a relationship. This could be government, a government official, something politician, mayor, governor, something like that. I don't know. Don't know. So now that we've got that out in the open, let's look at, hold on. Let's look at now going back to the middle of the night, because that 2125 is what I'm going to be focusing on. Okay. That 2125 is what I'm going to focus on. So we got a 3:10 a.m. and I'm focusing on this 2125. All right. So if we focus on the magnetism of just Jack and we just focus on his magnetism, I want to take this Jupiter back. I want to take this Jupiter back because there's two people here, and it could be having to do with the law enforcement, having to do with the military, something like that. So let's go back. Or it's just siblings. Let's go back. I want to take it to the 2125, and I want to show you something, because there is a magnetism that's expanding here. And look, it's at 4:10 a.m. So now, Wednesday night, the kids go to sleep. Thursday morning, it's 4:10 a.m. in New Glasgow, and there is an expansion here with communications with Jack, with two people. There's communications. The moon is critical. But let's take it back to when that Jupiter really first comes to that exact degree. Let's keep going, because now we're at the home. Now it's not just communications, this is home. I want to take it exactly at that 2125. Jupiter is going to be at that 2125 right here. So I stop it. That's 2:37 a.m. There it is. There it is. So I'm going to compare it with Jack. I'm just looking at Jack, right? I'm just trying to keep it simple and look at Jack's magnetism, because this 2125 is expanding at home with two people and communications. And it has something to do, again, with the justice, with the law, with the government. There's something here with this Libra energy with relationships. And we are expanding. We're expanding. So could this be, Jupiter rules the ninth house of international immigration, courts. There's something having to do possibly with two people and the courts. The moon is reflecting here in the fifth house of kids. This is the kid house. There's a lot of things going on with the kids' health here at a 542. And that 542 with Mars is making its way to Jack and his Chiron, but it hasn't gotten there yet. It's only at a 542. And there is a lot of things that are weighted down here with the health of the kids. Alea's dad, Charlie Brooks, is alive. Do we know where Charlie Brooks is? I mean, do we know where he stays? Not necessarily his address, but where he stays, where he lives. If he's a part of a tribe, then we may need to be looking at I've got that on the map. But anyway, so if we look at the moon here at a 2856, there is, because I don't know what time Jack is born, I can't say whether or not this moon is, but this moon is about communications with the kids. We're reflecting here. This is 3 o'clock in the morning. It's just so weird to me that this is in the middle of the night. Middle of the night. So if we go to, we can see that in the middle of the night, we're rising with Aquarius, that's groups. And there's a wake-up call in the future. There's a future investigation with this palace. So there's going to be a future investigation. I know that Canada in their chart has a 2452, so I want to get it there. Canada has a 2452, and this is when the 2452 is when the investigation is going to truly begin from the astrological lens, okay? So the 2452, we're going to go back on May 1st. We're going to look for that 2452. Oh, shit. Hold on. May 1st, 3 a.m., 2452. That's when the investigation from the astrological lens is going to begin. And here we go. This is what we really need to understand, that it's this time. It's going to be way before she calls. Right there. This is when the investigation really begins from the astrological lens, and that's at 5:16 a.m. New Glasgow time. So at 5:16 a.m., this is when it really begins for Canada. And I can tell you something. This 2238, the divine justice with long travels, international, this is opposing Daniel. Daniel is being opposed right here, right now, at 5:16 a.m. with the courts, with long travels, possibly a river, possibly a church. River church. This 2238 is in a total opposition to him. I want to show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Daniel, I don't know if he was essaying the kids. I sure hope not. But there's something that he is definitely doing in the middle of the night consistently with the kids. So it seems to me, So Daniel, at the time where a lot of this energy is hitting Canada, and they don't see it because it's in Pisces, it's very blurry. It's, this is all of the stuff that's in the past now. All of this is in the past. We got the two kids. We got things that are hidden. We got money. We got to slow down with a father figure. This could be about water. This could be about belief systems. This could be about drugs. And no matter what time Daniel is born, he's got an opposition in a major way, because his Chronos with these two kids in Gemini, because his Gemini has two kids, it's about communications. This is either about his cousins or his brother. And this 2238 is opposing him with the kids, with the communications. So by 5:16, what time did she say that she woke up to call the kids school? Wasn't it after? I'm sure it was after 5 o'clock. I think if I remember correctly, it was like 6. They were in debt, kids starved, not enough food. Yeah. He's on the reservation. Which reservation? I've got a bunch of them on the map. Part of a tribe. His tribe is significantly tied to historical native Nova Scotia. Reserve is called Indian Brook 14, located near. Let's look at the map real quick. Because this is the courts. Guys, this is the courts or international travel. International courts. There's a major opposition with him. And the 2238, Jupiter is coming to that. So Jupiter is already opposing at a 2126 the law and the communications. It's already opposing. They're seeing jail. That's what they're seeing. And when Mercury was at a 1555, Mercury was activating a lot of emotion at home. And so if we look at that, before we look at the map, that 1555, because it's coming into transit, okay? It's coming. We're going to see it with Daniel. Before I even forget, I want to tell y'all that. I would definitely want to tell you it's coming, and I'm going to give you a date to be looking forward to this emotional, and it's going to be taking place at night. Here it is, right here. So by 4 o'clock in the morning, the communications with the kids are very emotional. And if they're not emotional, then this is when the kids, they're gone. They're taken out of that house because Mercury is representing the kids, the siblings. And that 1555 is a lot of communications about the kids with a lot of emotion with Daniel. So that 1555 with Jupiter is coming, and I want to tell you exactly when it's coming. Oh, hold on. Let me tell you when it's coming, guys. So you can write it down. Write it down. I'm telling you, it's going to be expanding. Jupiter is going to expand and is going to take place. Let me do it Nova Scotia time for you locals. Let me do it Nova Scotia time. Right? I mean, it's already an orb here, okay? It's already gonna be an orb on the 2nd, the afternoon of the 2nd, okay? It's already an orb. And actually, it's going to begin. It'll actually begin on April 1st. So the full moon in Libra. Yeah, this is it. This is when it begins. I can already see Jack. I can see Jack. There's something that we are learning here. There's something that we are learning here with Jack. And the Jupiter is at a 1551. And what's going to happen is Jupiter, the law, the judge, the attorney, what have you, it is going to expand with a lot of emotion with Daniel and possibly his home and his mother. And this is happening it's major. We can see that there is an opposition with Chiron at a 2546 and Zeus at a 2546. We know that Canada has a 2542. We just looked at it. So it's coming. There's some things that are definitely going to be rapidly taking place. So this is going to start on the 1st, and then on the 2nd, Jupiter is going to expand with Daniel. It's going to be a major expansion. And look, I mean, the weight is still on little Jack. It's still on him. And then after this expansion with the law, with Daniel, the 2542 that is definitely coming. And that is on a Sunday. That's Easter. That's Easter. It's Easter. And then the weight has pushed off of Jack by then. Then Monday, let's see, let me go back. Monday morning, let's go ahead and see when there's going to be a breakup. Here it is. Then Monday morning, actually Monday afternoon in Nova Scotia, I think they're 2 hours ahead of us. There is going to be a breakup with communications about the kids. They're going to be sharing, will be sharing pain about the kids. Communications. And there's a lot of warring too. I mean, there's a lot. This may not have anything to do with the kids per se, but could only have to do with Iran and the war. But the kids and the investigation with the kids, it's definitely could be a part of that as well. That 222 that he has that Jack, I mean, Jack is just all in the transits big time with Daniel. With Daniel. Let's look at the map. Let's look at the map. Okay. Let me see what y'all got saying. What? Oh, thank you, Liz. So Indian Brook, let me see if I've got that on here. Women's Warrior. Let me see if I've got that on here because it's just taken a while for me to remember this stuff. Indian Brook 14 Reserve. I've got it. Okay. So this is where the dad is. That's where the dad is, I believe. Daniel's at court tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, that's a trip. Okay. All right, so watch this. Let's turn on the missing. There's the missing right here. So here is the Indian Brook 14, and then here's some other tribe. Reserve number 14. This is another tribal area. Okay, so let's focus on this one for just a second. So this is the missing Uranus in the 11th house that is opposing the 5th house of kids with a relationship. So there's a relationship here that's hidden. There's a hidden relationship, and that hidden relationship could be somebody that he knows. And I wish that I could okay, I can. Hold on. Let's see. Just so you guys know, this is what I'm looking at right here. I'm looking at this area right here, but I can't go that way. Don't know what that says, but there's a big building here. And that building, 576 Church Street. Church Street. Oh, hold on. Nova Scotia. Let's see. Okay, this is St. James Presbyterian Church. Interesting. Houses 1914 something Oregon, though this is not a street address. Nova Scotia, Canada. Let's see. Clubhouse directory. What is it? Canada Post to verify the address. My goodness gracious. Why don't we, Clubhouse directory? Is that Clubhouse? Clubhouse Society? No way. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. I don't, dang it. I hate it when that happens and I can't see it. Any locals, you'll know where this is at. Because there's a relationship here. Oh my God. Is there anything that's telling us that this is, maybe let's see if it tells us when we turn on the road. Okay, there's a cemetery. You go back. Cemetery. That's not going to tell us what it is. What that building is. Okay, I'm not going to stay stuck on it. So we've got Jack. This is where, look at that. So there's a teacher here. There's a teacher that's hidden here of Jack. And I say that because what's hidden here, we learn about with the investigation. There's Selena in Scorpio. She is the teacher. And Jack's Neptune in Pisces isn't allowing us to see it clearly. Indian Brook, Indian Reserve, number 14, right there. And then we've got Canada. Canada's Jupiter that's conjunct Hades. So there's an expansion of other people's money, their values. That's why I'm thinking that this could be, there could be a past relationship with this government. You think it's a school? I wish I knew. I wish I knew what it is. Let's see if we can tell what's around it. I mean, it kind of does look like it could be a school. It looks like a basketball. It could be like a community center. It says 581. Hold on, 581. Is it Church Street? Hold on, dang it. Church Street in Nova Scotia. There is a St. Paul. That's in Westville. That's not it. Dang it. Well, it's a school, Indian Brook. Is it? It is. Okay, so let's put that on here so we don't have to wonder. Indian Brook School. There's a relationship here. There's a teacher. And there's a relationship that's hidden. Let's see. Opposing a relationship in sex, water, pond, trash, investigations, intense with kids and groups, maybe video, Juno and Scorpio, same degree as Malaya's Mars, which opposes this same degree in Virgo. So there's a, it's with her car. See if we can come behind here. It's definitely a school. There's the bleachers. See, there's the bleachers. So it is a school. Huh. Well, guys, I think what's hidden, there's an expansion here with a lot of weight with the investigation. I don't know whose house this is or if it's even a house. I don't know why I've got it here, but it's on Mill Village. If you guys remember, there's somebody's house here that I've marked. I don't know who it is. And whoever it is, It's quite interesting because it's surrounding, this property is surrounding where Malaya has a lot of pain. So when children go missing, I like to look at the parents' Chiron because the Chiron is the key. Literally, it looks like a green key in astrology. And it's where the pain is. So Malaya, with this investigation, this is where her pain is going. It's going right here. And it's right next to Canada, this conjunction with Canada. See, it's in between here, this conjunction. And then the kids are right over here with Lily. I mean, Lily could be over here too. I just don't have, a whole lot of lines on this one, but I think it's very interesting because her pain is right here. If we're looking at this area, we're looking at like a farm. We're looking at farmland. And so I don't know how big the reservation is. If it's just right here and then now we're off the reservation, how big it is. I don't know. Maybe you locals would know. So you sent me an email with CM and MBM birth dates. So I've got Malaya. So you're talking about Malaya's mom and her stepdad. Yeah, it's surrounded by farmland everywhere. You can see that. Hey, Seth, good to see you. It is. It's surrounded by farmland. There's farms everywhere over here because this area right through here is where she's got a lot of pain when it comes to the kids. There's a lot of pain on this reservation right here. There's Mill Village, and I don't know how you pronounce that, Shubenacadie. I mean, of course, there's a river here, but I would be more because she's not screaming and crying and acting. I don't know. It's very weird. Lots of farmland here. We can even go a little closer. These aren't. Let's see what this is. Hardwood. Food market. So this is a food market. What is this? It's like something industrial. Oh, it's a school. Well, we got another school here. Hardwood Lands, Nova Scotia. There's another school. Interesting. Saturn in Aries is fated with her Chiron in Scorpio. Her Saturn in Aries, she's having a Saturn return. It's about her dad. It's about authority and the pain that she shares about this investigation. So it does make me wonder, and she is going to be having a Saturn return very soon. All of the worrying about everybody saying that he did something to the kids, this is where he could eventually, if they were found here alive, then he would be vindicated, right? He would be vindicated with this energy because what's hidden here, all the warring, all the investigations, this is where he could be vindicated. Two, it's earthy, health related, hidden underground possibly. Okay. Right now, this is what is in transit, and it's going to be in transit with Jack for days until April 4th. April 4th. So April 4th is when this energy will let up, but it's not going to let up anytime soon. So this is it right here. And if I look at just this one, take everything else off. We could leave we'll leave the missing, but see, Lily is right there with him. So Lily and Jack are actually sharing. They're right on top of each other. In time, what is hidden is revealed, possibly pawn, murky water, trash, hidden sex, or other people's money, where other people are getting paid to keep hush hush. Same with this one. And it's today that there is a huge wait until the 4th, and it just keeps coming this way. So let's look at the addresses just with this one. Take off Lily. I'll even take off the missing because there's no sense in it. We know that the missing is on this angle too. So let's go deep into the where they went missing from. And we're going to look at this angle because this is where all of that wisdom that Jack has is being clouded by the Neptune in Pisces. So it could be that they were given little medicine. They were given some meds. Could be that they were given medication. So we're gonna keep coming out. Let me see what I've got here. I've got who lives here. Okay, so this is an address that I am very curious about just because there is a weight of home. And so there's a home right here. And so I'm curious of who lives here. That's at 1239 Stuackle Road. So I'm wondering who lives here, right? We know that Lily is here. See, we got her. We know that the missing is here. Everything that we were just looking at with Malaya's Chiron, with Daniel, with Canada, everybody is right here. This is the same one that's going straight down to the Indian Reserve that Malaya's dad is, a part of. Okay? It's going all the way down there. But on the way, we're looking for hidden homes, something that we haven't seen before. Now, if we go to the street and we look here, we can see that, well, I don't see a mailbox. Don't see a mailbox. What is this? West River Station. We're going all the way back here. Look at that. It's secluded, it's hidden, and it's spooky. Okay? It's freaking spooky, man. So if we go all the way down, we can see that there's no house. Oh, until you get here. Where's their mailbox? Where's the mailbox? There's no mailbox. Why? It's kind of looking a little spooky here. I'm going to show you one more time. I'm looking for a mailbox. Looking. I don't see one. No mailbox. I'm even going to go to, let's go to Google Maps. I absolutely do not see a mailbox. Like what in the what? Y'all see it. There's no mailbox. This is at 1239. Okay, let me go back. 1339 Nova Scotia 289 West River Station, Nova Scotia. There's no mailbox. And look, it goes all the way back. And the only reason why I want to talk about it is because this poor boy has a weight of home, of family. And so I know that this line is going to Malaya's dad. I know that it's going down there. But if I stop here, if I'm investigating, right? I'm investigating, no, this isn't a camp. This isn't a camp. I wish that I knew. It's a house. And it looks like that there's something maybe, in back of it here. But there's somebody that lives here, and otherwise it's a vacant home on 289. And you can see that if we go back to the property, this is not even this is 1.35 kilometer on a 222 compass bearing. So this is not even, it's not far at all. Going straight down, there's the weight. There's a weight of home here. And so if I keep on going, I don't see another home. Don't see a home because I'm looking for a home, possibly a home that's hidden because the Neptune isn't allowing us to see clearly. So now we're going to get into Pembroke Road, 7216 Road. And I'm not really interested in Bentley Lake, but you see why it's not really. And then the next thing we do is we get into that area where Malaya's dad lives. There's the airport. There's the village. So we got an airport here. And it's a trip because the missing event is going right over the airport. Right over it. Aerotech Drive. And then we're getting into the lake. Bunch of lakes. Right? Then we're going into the bay. Going into Florida, South Carolina, Mexico. And then we can ride that Neptune as well because that Neptune is also one that we need to look for maybe a hidden home. But that's it right there. I'd like to know who lives there myself. So here this angle with Jack, and Lily is also here. This is where her Neptune is as well. So it's going to be, we won't be able to see them. They could be in like, a well, a shaft or something like that. Mine. But it would have to be with water. I would think that we would be looking for water. So even this, if we were looking for deceased children, we could be looking, at the river here. I'll show you. We're looking this way. Right here. Salt Springs Drive. Going to West River East Side Road. But this is the West River. So that could definitely be the Neptune. We're not seeing it. the home, because there is a home there. Oh, hold on. There are homes there. There's one. Like their friends, their family. It would be nice to have all of them on the map, but I don't. There's another tribal nation, and then we're going into Newfoundland up here. Who do I have over there? Alleged sighting of Lily? There? What? Alleged sighting? I don't remember there being an alleged sighting. Golly, it's been a long time since I've looked at this map. I have messaged Belinda Gray, paternal grandmother, to see if she can join us. Sounds good, Women's Warrior. Belinda Gray. Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about now. Belinda is the bio dad's mother, I think. Is that correct? The bio dad. Yeah, that would be the paternal. Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. This is a trip. Okay, so a sighting of her, missing son in Taurus in the 11th house. That's groups. That's how we bring in money. And this is the everyday, the health. Oh, I wonder where. Do y'all remember that? Eastview Park? Oh, now I remember. Now I remember. There was a little girl. I remember that now. There was a little girl, I think, and she was swinging or something. And the person was talking to her and was like, I wonder if that's Lily. Okay. Okay, now let's analyze this chart a little bit more, this map a little bit more. Hold on. All right, so let's stop focusing on this one because I already showed you my thoughts on this with Jack. Poor little baby. And let's look at Daniel because right before they go missing, right? Actually, let's look at Canada because that 2452. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I got way too many of Canada. 24. This is where they rise. No, I don't think I want to look at Canada. I want to go back to that missing event. I want to look at. Let's see. Which one did I want to look at? I want to look at this. I think I want to look at Jupiter. I want to look at the Jupiter because the Jupiter was first expanding the Jupiter, the missing Jupiter, the 21, because that's where let's just look at that angle. It's that one. Let's just look at this one for a minute. So the missing Jupiter is going this way. This is going to be expanding communications with the kids. And it's opposing the justice. And the justice was definitely opposing Daniel. Remember it was opposing him. So I think that this is a good one that we could also maybe try to get some clues of where the kids could be. Let's go. So there's the home, and then we see that, well, y'all remember that dude Justin Smith? Oh, awesome, Women's Warrior. We can look and see where her Chiron is. Yeah, I'm going to write it down right now so I can put it, I can start adding her into the map. October 14th, 1963. Oh, perfect. Women's Warrior. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, so do y'all remember Justin? Wasn't it Justin Smith or somebody like that? I've got several areas of his on the map. I don't remember why I have him here. It seems like in the very beginning, people were saying that there was a dude, Justin, that they knew, and he had spent the night or was at this area, at this little park area. Do y'all remember that? Yes or no? Y'all let me know. Y'all remember that? And I tried to get like where he was staying. And it seemed like Daniel had said that he had stayed over here. But I don't know if that's true or not, that he had stayed right over here. So if we look, that's where the park is, right? And what is interesting about this is that Natasha Haywood informed the RCMP on May 31st. She said her and her son saw two kids walking and holding hands. Huh. That's what gets me. That's what throws me off. And I'm sure it does the RCMP too. Because if her this is Gemini. Okay, so this is a Gemini area. So it would be two. Her and her son. That's two. Her and her son. But Justin wouldn't just be here alone. He wouldn't, if this is where Justin was, he just wouldn't be here alone. Lorda Park? Is that where this is? Let me make sure. Um, it's not pulling up. Lorda Park. It's not pulling up. Lorda Park, Nova Scotia. Well, that's it. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, now I get it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that's it. All right. All right. Well, that's it. Enough said. So this is it. Um, there it is. There is the opposition. That was the this is the two people. So Justin wouldn't have just been here by himself. And this is the area that I honed in on in the very beginning. And I couldn't stop thinking about this area right through here. And the reason why is, and that's way before I found out about Justin being there. And the reason why is because, as you can see, Canada is here. So the woman says that she saw the kids, and this is their ninth outer wheel. So it's media and court worthy. Okay. And then their Mercury is squaring up with what they are learning. So the media and the kids, there is a challenge here. So I'm not sure that this woman and her son saw kids. I'm just because of this energy right here with Canada. It's a square. There's a major challenge with the communications with the media about the two kids. So we're always looking for two on a Gemini. We're always going to be looking for two. So we have the missing right here. And then we also have Canada, the flame of life in Sagittarius. And it's opposing their Venus, their values, with the courts, with the long travels, with possible trafficking. Because this is a long travel, but it's not. This is close to the home, but it's opposing the long travel. Do you understand? So Justin wouldn't have been here by himself. This is a two people line. Two people. Two people. But if Justin was here, I'm focused on him. If Justin was here, I am focused on him. And I would love to have his birthday because somebody is missing from. Somebody's going to hold that Saturn line, and I don't know who it is. Slowing things down. And we can see that it's not that far. The other thing that really gets me is this. Okay, so we know that Canada's here. We know that the missing event is here. Let's look at Lily. And let's bring in Jack over here. Here's Lily. Hold on, let me go back. Older man. Communications. Relationship. Two people. So it's either this woman and her son, and I don't think so. I think it's somebody in this park. The park is closed. Somebody's in this park. And it's a relationship. And it's squaring up with Saturn, with Lily's Saturn in Capricorn. That means that there's an older male, two, could be an older male and his girl or another dude. And this is woods because it's squaring up with Capricorn. So there's two people in the woods, two guys, or a guy and a girl. And then we see Jack. Jack meets his north node with communications on this angle with two people right here. Right there. Here's Malaya. This is where the health factor comes in, and she's weighted down with her mental health when it comes to the kids, the communications with the kids. And then we've got Daniel. Same thing with him, but he brings enlightenment. He could bring enlightenment. And what is Libra? This angle is a good angle with all of the mental health problems, with all of the problems that Daniel was having with the kids and the communications. This is where it would be, we are bringing a lot of enlightenment with the park because Libra can represent a park. When I'm looking on the map, it can represent justice, but all of the problems are found here. And there's a lot of enlightenment as well. And it's this area. This area is big. I'm sure that they drained the pond here. And it's not like, because Jack and Lily are definitely here. Malaya and Daniel are also here. And of course, Canada is here. I'm sure that they have drained it. I'm sure that they have looked here. But this right here is absolutely what I would want to see when I'm finding someone. When someone is found, these lines should be tight together. They should be tight, not real far apart. They should be tight. Should be, right? But look at how they are just right on top of each other. Canada, Lily, Jack, the missing event. Things of the past are here. The missing moon in the first house is coming here. And her Chiron, where we were going, looking at her Chiron, looking at her pain, going toward her daddy, it's in a good standing going this way. That means that her pain, this is where her pain could have closure, if you will. So it's this area right through here as well that I think would be a good place to make sure and look again that these kids haven't been put here. I mean, it'd be a long ways to go. Don't know how they would have gotten here. I also have Wong. I've got a question mark, Wong. And then I've got another one who lives here. So I think Wong lives here. And then I've got, you see all of these lines that are going over this home. And I've also got a question mark who lives here. And this one is on Lansdowne Station. Looks like 83 Lansdowne Station. Let me show it to you. I'm wondering who lives here next to Wong. What she learns here alters her health. That's what I have. Jack's Vesta in Virgo is in a good standing with desires. Flame of life is found here. Then we've got the missing event. There was a breakup with communications. Both Daniel and Malaya have this degree in their chart. So yes, there was a breakup, and that breakup was transformative. That's the reason why Mitos is always going to show a breakup. And they did. They broke up. So, I mean, it is what it is. That Mercury. Okay, so here, remember when I was just showing you guys that the woman and her son that thought that they saw two kids walking on the road holding hands. Okay, this is the angle. This is the other side of that angle where all of the communications about the kids in the 11th house with groups is coming to. So I do want to know who lives here. Have they been investigated? Who is it? Who is this neighbor? Something's up with this. So if the kids weren't seen walking, or if they were other kids seen walking, holding hands, then we want to come here because this is the challenge for Canada with that lead. That white big house is, this one is? I thought, okay, so I was thinking Wong lived here. Let me look. Hold on. So I was thinking, y'all let me know. Hold on, I'm going to show you. So I was thinking that Wong lived, oh, no, that's not. I can't see it back there. Hold on. This is the one. Are y'all saying that Wong lives here at 83 Lansdowne Station? If you're saying that Wong lives here, where it says welcome, Wong lives here, say yes in the chat. If not, if that is not his house, say no. Because if that's the case, then I'm going to put him here, and that is some serious stuff right there. Yes. Wow. Okay. Delete. Let's move him on over. Well, this is big. Okay, so there's either one of two things happened. This woman and her son saw them, has nothing to do with Wong, or they didn't see them and it has to do with Wong. Okay? Marianne says no clue. You do believe it's his house. Okay. Well, I know that he lives there on that road, right close. I just didn't know that that's what it was, that that's his home. So if that's the case, Sue Euler says 100% sure. Okay, that's good enough for me. Good enough for me. So this is some serious stuff then. This is serious. This is where Malaya was going. Canada, there's a lot of fate here with Wong. Lots of fate here. Okay, so let me show you. This is where I think that they found the blanket. Y'all let me know. The blanket really should have been found over here, I would think, but I heard that the blanket was found right here, right through here on Lansdowne Station. Let me show you. It's right here. There's a little road here. '83 Lansdowne. That's that's Brad's? So that wasn't Wong. That was Brad's. Oh, Brad Wong. Okay, sorry. Okay, I got it. Yes. Okay, well, we've got it right then. Yeah, that's a definite serious I mean, that's some serious lines right there. So, see, it really should have been found here, not here. I mean, Jack and Lily are here. Wisdom comes here on May 14th. I don't know what happened on May 14th. Maybe that's when no, her I don't know what would have happened there on May 14th. Church River fire as well. That's the road I think that they found the blanket. It's right there. I could even move it closer to the road because it would make more sense. And then I think that this is where Earl lives. And this is definitely a Capricorn line. Then this is where the law enforcement, like this is Earl's. But then this is where the missing event is showing up. So this, Daniel's Venus conjunct Mars and Virgo trines dark moon. So his dark moon, all the disordered aggression is going behind his dad's house or his dad's house. This is possibly where the boot prints were found. That's why. Okay, so that's why that's going back here. So if her blanket was found there, boot prints found here, I'm not sure that this is not a, this is his, that's Jupiter's opposite. Okay, so this is the divine justice that's opposing him. So this, I don't think that this would have been their, I don't think that this would have, I think that this would have not been them. I don't think it is anyway. You would have had footprints going to it. You're not just going to have a bunch of boots just hanging out right there. You're going to have, there's some planting stuff. This stuff has been planted. Had to have been planted. That's my opinion, you know. Let's go up here. So we just looked at Wong's and maybe where Justin could have been. And then this is another address that I've got for Justin. And I just can't make it up. I mean, it's going right over his home. I don't know if Justin and Wong, I don't know if they know each other. Like, I don't remember. Hey, Captain Justice, glad to see you, hon. Glad you've made it here. So this is another address that I have for Justin. And this is where Malaya, that health factor that it's going over, like say, excuse me, let me get me some more water. Remember when I was telling you that all of these problems are going over the park where Justin was allegedly staying for some reason? He was there. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it's true or not, but the same lines are going over this property. It's the same thing. It's the same thing where Justin was allegedly staying at that park across the road. It's going right up here too. Right up here. Same thing. Same thing. There's a lot of enlightenment that Canada can use court worthy that would be two people. And it's not just one person. Justin would have been with someone. He would have been with someone. I'm telling you. 110% positive about that. And then I've got his mother. I've got Justin Smith's mom right here. And this is most interesting because the missing event, there's a lot of warring. There's a lot of pain that's going here. Lots of warring, lots of pain with Justin Smith's mother's address. I think it's his mom. I don't know for sure. And not only is the missing event showing up a lot of warring, a lot of pain, like a head wound, so is Lily. This is justice with the warring that took place with her. Her. That's definitely her. And then in back of there, that's where we find Canada with relationships with this could be, this could be arrest worthy here. Magnetized with a lot of warring, especially with Daniel. His Eris and Aries is here as well. Malaya's Saturn is close by. So we got limits and obstacles here on this, and this is behind the alleged property. And this is where her Saturn is. That's faded with that Capricorn. And we know that they already looked in the lake. We already know that they looked in the lake, and look, if the kids were here, they would be right through here. Or right through here. They definitely would not be in the middle. Is there an area that any of you guys would like to see? Let me see what else I got on the map here. So I've got Justin's mom. I got cemeteries. Let's see what else I've got. I got another cemetery. Where's their school? I got their school on the map right here. So here's their school. Canada. This is where their south node is in the 5th house of kids. So where they've been before, they've been to this school. They've learned about the kids. They've learned about the sickness of the kids. This is where Canada is showing up by the school. And then we've got Malaya. This is where her south node is. She's been here before as well by the school. But then Lilly and Jack, they're on this side of the school and they're on this side of the school. Interesting. Of course, I haven't added all of their, birth stuff in here, and I don't know what time they were born. That's something, Women's Warrior, if you could do, is ask Belinda if she knows what time the kids were born. Maybe she remembers. Maybe, she's got a copy of their birth certificate. Because if I had their birth times, oh man, we could do a lot more. We could do a lot more. Yes, Marianne, thank you. Thumbs up, guys. Please hit that thumbs up so more people will know that I'm live about Lilly and Jack. These babies need to be, people need to be talking about them. Yeah, yeah, if you could find out. If you could find out what time they were born, that would be wonderful. Sue, it does take a long time to understand, but I mean, I've already it's just the lines are telling us a story. The map's not gonna lie. The parents may lie, but the map's not gonna lie. It's just not. We're gonna see it for what it is. And this is if the kids went missing from here. But as you can see, Wong's house, this is big energy with Lily. Big energy with Lily and Jack and the missing event, the parents, Canada, everybody. Everybody. See how they're clumping together? Those lines are just clumping together. They're all on top of each other. That's what we want to see. Let's see if I got let's see what else I got on here. I got the quarry, got the cemetery, I got Lauren Cemetery. Here's the neighbor. I think that we've got a neighbor trail cam here. Didn't we have a neighbor that said that she gave her trail cam to Nova Scotia, to the RSCMP? I'm pretty sure that she gave her, let me go ahead and put it right back there. Pretty sure she's the one that gave her trail cam to the RCMP. So check this out. She is saying, if I remember correctly, she was on the news or something, and she said that she gave cam to them. It was some footage because they were asking for it. So if we keep on going, and they may have gotten it from this person up here too. But this is where Canada is coming. So the Mars, yeah, that's going to be the vehicle. Let me go ahead and put that in there. So let's look at this. Hold on. Canada's Mars in the 10th house. So this is about a vehicle. About a vehicle. Yep, because that's Mars. With their public image. Challenges their magnetism. Pretty sure. Shit. Ism. There we go. There it is. About a vehicle with their public image. So that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a vehicle. Missing Selena conjunct Hades, conjunct Chronos. So there's a lot of teaching that's going on here about the property, about the home. The missing moon in Cancer. So the moon is going here. So this is where we were reflecting. So when she makes the phone call to the 911 or whatever it's called out there, when she calls to report the kids missing, this is what she is reflecting on. This is where all the reflection is going from the home. Things that would have taken place at the home, this is where she reflects. This is the missing moon. So what took place at home prior to the kids going missing challenges media, challenges communications and this woman's cam. And then here's Daniel. It's a fate. Here is his south node. This is where he's been before. He's been here. Where did he go? Here's White Hill Road. Where you go, Daniel? Malaya's Chiron is trining Vulcanus and Cancer. So so the kids are up here. The kids are up here. 1912 White Hill Road. This is where Canada reaches their midheaven. This is where the reflection is going. So I would want to know who lives here. Who lives here? Nova Scotia. Who lives here? Let's find out who lives there. So that is, let me see if I can get down on ground level. I can. I'd like to know who lives here. This is in Hopewell. It's like they're building a garage. So is that, what else is back there? Is that it? No. Where's the property? It looks like from the street, the property is over here, but I don't see it. What? So if we're looking here, we're seeing this garage, but the property should be here. Let's go up here. Let's go back down. Maybe if we just go down the road. But we're not. We're not seeing it. What about we got a mailbox. Interesting. I don't know. That's weird. So there's a house there. That's where Canada, they're reaching their midheaven here over a home. This is where there's a lot of weight over a home, and yeah, their weight is here. This is a 1036. This is a 10-degree Cancer, because both Jack and Lily, they have the same exact degree, and it's overlapping here, and it's going right over this home. We could even go up, we could look at all the homes if we wanted to see all the homes that are going here, but that's it. That's it. That's the first home that we really come to other than this one. So it could be that is, I mean, it's looking like, I thought it was railroad tracks, but maybe not. It is. It's railroad tracks. Okay, hold on. The railroad tracks. The railroad tracks right there. So if I lived out there, this is what I'd do. If I lived out there, this is what I'd do. I would go right here and I'd walk those tracks going up that way. I'd walk. No, no, no. Go back. I'd walk it that way. See, my little man is looking up through here because I'd want to make sure up here that the kids aren't anywhere right here. And you would think, well, it's right by a house. You would think, well, you would think. I mean, I don't understand it. Or, so these are railroad tracks. It goes up through here. We come down this way. Right there. Cross over the railroad tracks. I could go that way, or I could just keep on going straight. And I'm going to get to that green line, the missing event. And let me show you, give you a little marker. There's the sign that it says middle something in Concord Road. Oh gosh. So this is White Hill Road in Hopewell. And I'm right here. Right here. And I'm looking at Nova Scotia's line. I'm sorry, Canada's line. Nova Scotia is right here as well. It's right through here. Now, this is if they're deceased, you know. This could be, let's see. Nova Scotia shines here in the ninth house of Cancer, and it's conjunct Venus. So this is where we could have, because Venus is here and Nova Scotia is shining here. That means that we could find evidence here. So this is a good one. Let me go ahead and make this a it should definitely be a hot spot. What is that? What is that? It's just a road. It's blocked off. So this road right here is blocked off, but it looks like you can go down like a, what is that, guys? Just like a sand pit? Looks like nothing but just a sand pit. I don't know, but this one, these are really, I like these. I just don't like the fact that Lily and Jack are way up here. Let me see what this one is. The missing moon. Daniel's north node. I mean south node. So this is where he's been before. Her Vulcanus in Cancer. It's an 18-degree Cancer. See, this is right by where that neighbor was, where they gave the trail to. So the moon, all of that's going here. So we're on we leave Concord, we come down White Hill, and then we go to Glengarry. I like this one. I actually like it better than these. This is the Dryden Lake Road, but I don't know. I'm thinking right through here. '18 Cancer. See, if I knew when Jack and Lily were born, I would know for sure if they're here or not. Like if their lines are there. Let me make sure their lines. There's a devouring energy with the 1324, so that's what we're seeing. We're seeing that 10 and 13 with him. And we don't know what the outer will is with him. And we look at Lily. Lily, she does have a 23. She does have a 23, their north node. So that's going to be here. Huh. It's where she reaches her north node. Hmm. I think the railroad tracks are significant too. They found Star on Concord Road. They found Star? They found, what is Star on Concord Road? What do you mean they found Star? Concord Road is pretty long. So it goes from Middle River to Concord. You know, they still haven't found her little backpack. Oh, this is just heartbreaking. It just breaks my heart. I know it does y'all too. You wouldn't be in here, you know? This is definitely heartbreaking. There's Glengarry. What else I got over here? Lawrence Cemetery. Okay. Lawrence Cemetery. No. I like this conjunction right here, right through here. So maybe they're on this side. Right here. I do. I really do. I'm thinking if we look at this, I'm looking at the missing line. I'm looking at Jack and Lily. I'm looking at Canada and Nova Scotia. Okay. Even though the parents are down here. Huh. I would walk those, man. I would walk them. I would walk them and then get to right around here. So that's about, I'd walk from here. Let's see. About 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer. That would be perfect. Let's see. Who lives here? I think he went this way. I think whoever, if Daniel, if any of them had anything to do with it, I think we could have went this way. I don't know. Oh, God. Sticky star you get from school. Oh, okay. It's like a lot of trees. Maybe trees have been harvested. Yeah. Thought Jack was born around 3 a.m., but I could be wrong. They may have discussed 3 a.m. for something else. I will ask him to get back with you. Yes, thank you. See if you can find out around what time, because she may, you never know. Belinda may have their birth certificate. If Malaya's watching this, she may have their birth certificate. I mean, I'm not trying to accuse anybody. I'm just trying to help find the kids. They can deal with what happened later. I just want to help find the kids. Excuse me. It is heartbreaking. Yeah, I think that they could definitely be further out. They could definitely be further out, 20 miles out. I mean, even if they were, I don't know, there's something that Daniel was doing in the middle of the night. I mean, I don't know what he was doing, 3 o'clock in the morning, both nights. Wednesday night, Thursday night. Should be in bed, but no, 3 o'clock in the morning, there's an expansion and something is happening with Jack. There's something happening with Jack. 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's not like, I don't know. I'm just, looking at it from an astrological lens, it does seem like something happened that night, in the middle of the night, but don't know. Here's Dryden Lake. There's also a home here. There's a flame of life. Mom, business, dad, opposition with the flame of life. 1659. Lily is faded on this angle. And this is a Cancerian line. So we could, there's an axis here. So with Cancer, it could be a home, but you could also be looking at, like railroad tracks or water or something like that, because it's a Capricorn Cancer axis. Canada is warring here. They got a lot of wisdom. Okay. Nova Scotia. So I brought Nova Scotia in here too. This is where they're meeting their midheaven. The Dryden Lake area. This is where Daniel has his pain. This is where he shares pain about the kids. So where would Malaya, what is she doing here? Daniel, this is where his pain is. Trans Pluto and Virgo during missing event with same degree as Daniel's Saturn and Aquarius. Limits and obstacles. Authorities give him obstacles with kids. Canada. All three have this Saturn. Oh, so I'm connecting here as well. Okay. Jack. Health with school. Lots of attention. This is Leo. So now we're getting into Leo. I'm just walking around here. I'm just looking around here trying to figure it out. Well, Daniel does go over Dryden Lake with the kids. There's a bunch of attention here over Dryden Lake, but as you can see, it's not like you can just go here. Hold on. Because there's a home. So it would have to be, yeah, there's a home here. There's actually all kinds of homes here. So I don't think so. I don't think so. Even though that's where his pain is. Oh no, this isn't his pain. This is Jupiter. No. Where's Daniel's Chiron? Let's look. Where is he sharing pain? Her pain is in Aries. That's the head. Jack's pain is in Aries. That's also the head. Or it could be, the Aries is very competitive. Let's see. The Chiron with Canada. That's what's coming to have a breakup. The 428. So if kids were deceased, hold on. Put up my computer. That would be a 4 Leo. So where is their pain? It's right here. This is Canada's pain right here. Right here. 1356 Dryden Lake Road. This is where their pain is going. It's right here. 1356 Dryden Lake Road. This is where they are sharing pain. And it's conjunct the way that they shine with their public image with kids. Damn it, I can't get down there. Let's go up here with Canada. Their pain is right here. So it goes across the street. It begins here. Their pain begins here, and it's going across the street. Let me turn off the missing and all of that so we don't. Right there here. So Canada going across the street from the kids' home. We're going to go down to this road right here. And there is, look at that. There's the railroad tracks right there. Wow. Wow. The way that they shine. Their public image. That 10th house. So I want you to understand something. That 10th house where Canada shines, where they also have a lot of pain. This 10th house that they have it's actually ruled, the original ruler of the 10th house, because you got rulers of each house, is Capricorn. So we're looking at the pain with the with the railroad, with the railroad track right here. It's 139 Lansdowne Station. Turn around because the railroad is actually right right there. Right past those trees, there's the railroad. Emotional explosion about school and attention, challenges groups, money, and value. Daniel's here. This is Daniel's Chiron in Leo. So this is where Daniel's pain is too. Oh man, I would hate that. So Daniel's pain is here. Canada's pain is here. So Daniel and Canada are sharing pain right here together. And there's a lot of emphasis and attention on Jack's health here. And where's Malaya? Her Selena is in Leo. What else does she have in Leo? What else does she have in Leo? And I want to pull up Belinda real quick. What else does she have in Leo? So she's got Selena. See, I don't know what else she has. Okay. It could be her fifth house outer wheel. Okay. Let me pull up Belinda. Let me see where Belinda's pain is. October 14th, 1963. I don't know where she was born. At this point, it really doesn't matter. I'm just trying to see the degree of her pain. So I'll just do an Ontario, Canada. I don't know where Belinda was born. October 14th, 1963. We'll do it 12 p.m. We'll do a default of noon. Let's see. She has a 12. She has a 12 Leo. She's going to be right around there, but not exactly. And I don't know what her outer will is, where it's at. Let's look at her pain, though. She's got a 1053 in Pisces. So a 10 Pisces. So her pain is going to be a 330, 340. Let's turn all this off. Just going to look at this one. See what's near it. Because Belinda is the paternal grandmother. So we want to see. The missing event isn't going there. Lily is. Malaya is going right over it. Malaya is going right there. And that's her north node. I mean, her south node where she's been. That's going to the school. Okay. That's going to the school. That's going to the school. Right? Right. It's going all the way to the school, I think. Yes. That's where her pain is going. And where Malaya has been before. So it could even be if the kids were in the straight, it could be right there. Canada is going here. This is their south node. They've been here before. Kids, groups, and agencies may assist on this angle, could suggest water. And it would be. It would be. So it's going to go past the school, and then we're going to go right through here. Lily's there. and Jack is there. So Lily and Jack are right through here. And it would have to be from the river. The river, I guess, it dumps out, I think, around here. River empties here. Okay. Magnetized with Warren, especially with Daniel. His Eris and Aries is here as well. Malaya Saturn is close by, and there it is. There's her Saturn return right here. And but it's in Aries. There's a lot of warring here. The moon is squaring up with the conversation with the two kids right through here. So either they came here from the river, if they are deceased, that's an option, or not seeing anyone's Scorpio energy. No, I do. Chiron and Scorpio. So sadly, the kids would be weighted down possibly right there, and not even come here from the river. They could be weighted down or weighted under something, actually. I don't see anything in the water. I don't know. I don't think so. Don't think so. So her pain is going to the school. So let's see what let's see what Belinda's pain is doing here. How it's aspecting. So it's opposing the moon. She may have been born on a full moon. Or submerged car, yeah. Excuse me. Let me get me some water real quick, guys. Hold on. You wrote a song called A Line in the Sand. I could email it to you. It's just audio. You could play it at the end of the stream. Oh, that would be great. Been considering making a video to try and get the bio family to come together just to talk and be civil. There's a lot that's happening in April. This morning when I was looking at the astrology, there's just so much that's happening in April with this, with the kids, with Canada. There's definitely there's two people. There's at least two people that know where these kids are at. Is it Malaya and him? Is it him and somebody else? Is it her and somebody else? I mean, there's at least two. I know there is at least two. There's not just one lone person. Let me get me some water. Hold on just a second, guys. I think it would be great if one of the if I could get the birth times of the kids. I think that would be a great thing, and to be able to, try to find them with their birth time. Uh, so let me look at Belinda here. 2453. Yep. So let's go to the 2452. Yeah. There it is. There it is. So this is how she connects to Canada, is through an investigator, a relationship right here. So I'm pulling for 1034, depending on where she's born. That's where I'm pulling for, Belinda. So it looks like Let's see. Let me look for a second and see, because this energy with Canada is showing up with a relationship, that 24-degree. So that's that's Juno. That's a relationship. Let me look here. There's a lot of energy with value. What's hidden here? Let's see. Looking to see if I can tell anything here. $16. Major transformation with the public eye is here. So let me look at this Juno, because this is definitely a connection with Canada that we need to look at that line, that 24 Libra. It's in a good standing with the Justice, so Astria. Oh gosh, she's got Astria in Sag. Courtworthy. It's long travels. That could be the river. Let's look at the 2452. This could be a park. 24. Let me just take that off. Jack. 24 Libra is going to be 180, 92, 204. So 204, that's where we want to meet up with Canada, with Belinda, with an investigator. Where's Canada? Right there. Okay, so I haven't drawn that one in. The palace, the palace. Okay, so that's their palace right there. She and them are sharing that. So let me go ahead and draw that on out. 2452, 204. Let's see if that goes over. It may go over the police station. I don't know. Oh, let me go ahead and connect that. No, I don't have any addresses going that way. So Belinda was born in Halifax. Okay. Let's see. Let's turn off all of this, because we know that Belinda is sharing a wake-up call, this investigation with an investigator. This could be anything having to do, so Libra could be a park. Libra could be anything government related. This line she is sharing, and it was in transit at 4 a.m. in Pisces. There was a lot of energy that was connecting. So we're going here. Let's look at the missing event. Let's look at Lilly. Lilly is there. Lilly and Jack is there. Let me turn Belinda into another color here. Let's do a black here. So we know that that's the line that she and Canada, I don't know, all these, almost looks like it looks, I don't know if that's just shadow. I'm assuming so, but makes me wonder if there's like murky water right there, standing water or something. I don't know. So Lily and Jack, okay, they're there. Malaya is there. Daniel is there. So is Canada. Of course, we know Canada is there. Investigation with head wound. There's a lot of investigations here. Could be like public works. I don't know if Nova Scotia has like a public works there. But then we got the railroad. Utility. There's a house. All these neighbors. Let's keep on going. It's 289. I would have to really look at this line really close and see, but I don't. I would be looking for a park. Anything having to do with the government land. This is a justice, though. There's some justice here. Higginsville. You emailed the song. Thank you. You can keep on going, but I don't think so. But that's a trip that she is sharing there's a relationship here. Jupiter. Jupiter has already expanded her lunar nodes. Jupiter has already expanded her lunar nodes, fated with family. She doesn't see as a 14. 1053. (22 and 18). She has a 22. She has a 22 Mars, and they have a 22. So she is also here with Canada. Okay. Her Mars. Her Mars is right here. So she's got a conjunction right here too. She has the conjunction here too. So interesting. Okay. Her Mars. So Belinda, gosh, it's about a vehicle. So for Melinda, it's about a vehicle that's hidden. It's about a vehicle or a body that's hidden for Belinda. And for Canada, it's about their values. There's things of ownership, of possession that is hidden here there's a hidden vehicle. There's something that is hidden with this investigation. And I'm pretty sure we're about to go all the way back down to where we started on this one. This is okay. I thought that this was weird. So we've got, I think I've got a, I'm going to be putting a hot spot by here because this is a pond, right? And Belinda and Canada are coming here. And this is, obviously it's a big, well, I put pond, but it says it's a lake. Malaya's here. This is where her Chiron is. Okay, so her Chiron is going here. And if the kids would be in here, then that means that they would be weighted down with something. We change that to lake so it's correct. But Daniel is here, Canada is here, and this is where Belinda is going to have her Neptune and Mars. Things that are hidden, things that she doesn't see. This is a property. I thought that it was interesting because, little baby is Meadow. Malaya's last name is Brook, and it looks like it says Twin Brook Meadows. Thought that that was weird. But yeah, if we kept going, this is where we're getting into the river. This is where we get into the area with Malaya's dad. So this is it. This is the Scorpio energy. This is where there's a lot of pain that Malaya has. This is where there's a lot of warring with what is hidden with Belinda, the paternal grandmother. So back where we started. Oh my gosh. Lost her first husband when she was very young, and her daughter was a baby in a fishing boat accident. Lots of tragedy. Is her daughter still alive? Lots of burned vehicles and bush around Lansdowne. Really? So that means that she would have, okay, so that helps me out a little bit with Belinda. Let's see. That helps me out a little bit. Let's look at this chart. I wonder what happened, like how he died. Her daughter is alive. How did he die? Let's start at 12 a.m. and let's look. I know I've got Toronto, Canada, but it's okay. I think the blanket was planted myself. I do. Their old road behind Daniel's home connects to a pipeline. I've heard that. I've heard that there's all kinds of pipelines up there. And I think I can see them, but let's see. I want to do a Libra. Oh gosh. So she could be. Hmm. Let's see. No, we need to go back up. Sorry, I'm just looking at her chart. I'm trying to figure out when she could be born. And that Libra point comes right down there. That should be somewhere around here. Right around here. It was his family's fishing boat. So he lost a few of her. Oh, went missing in a storm? Huh? Oh my gosh. So they never found them at sea? Did they never find him? They could not find her husband? Oh my gosh. So she has a husband that can't be found. Now she's got grandchildren that can't be found. Wow. Wow. Oh, mercy. Oh my gosh. That's awful. Absolutely awful. I'm going to I'm thinking she was born right around. Let me see. Let me compare this. I mean, she's got, it would be a light of psychic 29 degrees. Woo, it'd be crazy. But this would definitely have her having a relationship that passed away. There's a relationship that begins and ends here. So, and it would definitely be with the health axis of the water. It could definitely be that with the water. But you see all these 29 degrees, that would be a crazy time to be born, but it could be her, it could be, damn, that's crazy. The boot print was on pipeline. Well, this is where, if the boot print was behind the house, then I guess because I was told that the boot print was right here, right around here on this pipeline, or on this, I think it was right around here. That thing is moved. So the boot prints would have been found right around here, and then the back of their home. Let's turn off all these lines so we're not so confused. So you're thinking, y'all are saying that the pipeline is right through here? Or are we talking about this one right here? From Matheson to Lansdowne right through here. Behind Martell. Because I've got Earl living here. Karmic retribution. Hey, what's that? There's Matheson West. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here for a little bit, guys, and just say, hey, Women's Warrior was really woke up this morning. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can do it. I can do it. I will look at Lilly and Jack because they definitely need some attention. They need some attention on their case. We need to, I know that Nancy Guthrie, she's gotten us all these missing high profile people. They've locked us in, but we've got to come back to these kids because they deserve attention, and they deserve to be found. All these kids, all the missing do, but our kids are our babies, they're our babies. And I hope and pray that they're just, that they're okay. I really do. I hope and pray that they're okay. It just hurts my heart, as I'm sure it hurts your heart. I'm sure it does. Interesting. Yes. Thank you, guys. It's interesting work. Interesting work. They're our future. And you can see, I mean, I take a lot of time. It's not something that, you can just hurry up and do. I mean, it takes a lot of mental agility, takes a lot of time. And it's just, if you haven't looked at this type of investigation before, then I'm sure that you're just like, what is this? But the more that you come in, the more that you come in and you watch it, and you listen to it, you're going to pick it up. I promise. I promise. And anything worthwhile is takes hard work, It takes a lot of hard work. And Women's Warrior, thank you so much. I'll be sure and download that song. That way I can play it at the end of the streams. She's been doing songs for us creators, and we really appreciate that. But yeah, almost 3 hours. So I guess I'm going to conclude this live and about Lilly and Jack. But I appreciate you guys being here, trying to learn something new. It's definitely different. So, and if y'all can get in touch with any of the parents, any of the grandparents, and you can find out these kids' birth time, man, that would make it so much easier to understand what could have happened to them. It would make it a lot easier for me to understand what could have happened to them. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, any of you locals, if you want to search, you want areas to search, reach out to me. My email is always going to be in the description. My email is always in the description. Oh, thank you, honey. Still learning and understanding, and you do pick it up eventually. Thank you for everything you do for the missing, vulnerable children and people. Oh, thank you. Thank you for watching. Otherwise, it'd just be me sitting here hanging out by myself, talking to myself, but it's okay. Yeah, y'all ask Belinda. Ask Belinda. All right. And, let her watch this video. It's different, but she may be open to something. It's, this is more, at least you can see it. At least you can see how I'm coming to a conclusion. And it's not just me throwing ideas in the air or saying that, I'm getting this, or I'm feeling this, or I'm using a spirit box or anything. And no offense to people that do that. I'm just saying this is different. And this is the future. This is definitely the future. And even though you're new to astrology, and anybody that you don't even have to know astrology to just go to the hotspot. I can give searchers direction. Go here. Okay, they're not there. Okay, we'll erase that one. Let's go here. They're not there. Okay, let's erase that one. Go here. You're going to be searching anyway. Why not have some direction, something of clarity of why you're even there, why you would even search there? It's got to make sense why you would search there. So if you're going on a place, you're going in an area and I have no lines there, there's no expression being made there, well, chances are you're not going to find anything there, right? You're just not going to. Just not going to find them. Oh, thank you, Nani. I appreciate it. Thank you. I tried to explain it as best as I can. But we can use the tool of astrology to do all kinds of great things in the world. And this is one of them. This is one of them. It's a great tool. But I mean, a mapper like myself that uses that tool does need to know how to read astrology and read it well. Read it well. So there is a search. Oh, well, that could be why I'm seeing a lot of stuff going on in April. That could be a reason why. All right, guys. I hope you have a good rest of the afternoon and evening. Enjoy your evening, your Sunday evening. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood here. So I'm going to go outside and hang out with my chickens. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being so supportive with this great work and my channel. And just, it's a wonderful thing. I appreciate you. Peace out, guys.